Hello and welcome to our course on the 12 Core Action Values. I am Joe Ty, Head Coach of Values Coach, and I'll be working with your values trainer on walking you through what is in essence a values journey, helping you explore, helping you live, helping you act upon your values. And the 12 Core Action Values, this course that we're about to start, is a comprehensive and systematic course on values-based life and leadership skills and strategies. And I know something about you, and I know something about your values. In fact, I know three things, and they're probably things that you haven't thought about a whole lot yourself. First thing I know about you is that you already have good, solid values. You intuitively have good values. Am I right? Of course I am. You wouldn't be watching this video, you wouldn't be taking this course if you didn't. But the second thing I know about you is that you probably, like most people, you probably have not put a lot of thought into exactly what are those values. You probably haven't taken the time to make a list of these are the things that are my values. You probably haven't taken the time to think about of those things that are important to me, which are values, which are behaviors, and which are outcomes. For example, we'll talk later in the course about trust. Trust is really important, but it's not a value, it's an outcome. You earn trust. And how do you earn trust? Well, behaviors like honesty and reliability. And what's the underlying value behind that? Integrity. And thinking about what your core values are will influence your behaviors and help you achieve better outcomes. You probably also haven't thought about this. How would I make a decision if I could choose one value or another but not both? Something that happens a lot. It happened at Enron, didn't it? A lot of people had to choose between loyalty and honesty, and almost everybody chose wrong, and as a result, the company crashed, and a lot of people were harmed as a result. And the third thing I know about you and your values is this. There is a gap. There is a gap between what you consider to be yourself in ideal state when you're really living your values and what the proverbial man from Mars would observe in your values and in your behaviors. There's a gap between who you want to be and what I would see looking at your calendar and your checkbook. And don't take this personally because that's true for all of us. Nobody's perfect. But one of the goals of this course is to help you recognize and close that gap, become the person you're meant to be, do the things you know you need to do to become who you want to be and achieve your ideal goals, your ideal dreams. So a little bit about the course. We started with this question. What are the values that are universal? No matter what your political opinions, no matter what your religious belief or non-belief, what are the values that we all hold? And we identified 12 of those values. And I'm quite certain that by the time we wrap up this course, you will agree, yep, those are my values. From authenticity, core action value number 1, on through leadership, number 12, this is really who you want to be. And then for each of the values, we've identified 4 cornerstones. How do you put action into the value? So for example, authenticity begins with self-awareness, knowing who you are. That is the first of the 4 cornerstones. And then for each cornerstone, there are specific action strategies. So for example, how do you achieve a higher level of self-awareness? Well, one thing you do is you write in a journal. So we're giving you a 360-day journal to change your life. And that's how the course works. Core value, 4 cornerstones, lots of practical action steps. Some of them will work for you, some of them you probably won't use. But I guarantee you in this whole 60-module course, there's a lot that you will use. One more thing. If you, for some reason, for whatever reason, decide this really isn't for you, if you, for whatever reason, decide this doesn't make sense, even if for whatever reason you think this is not an appropriate thing for your organization to be engaging in, to be sharing with your coworkers, please take this course with an open heart and an open mind. For 2 reasons. One, even if you yourself don't think it's something you need, I guarantee you there are people that you're working with right now today who need this course. They need it to help change their lives, to help them get on top of their affairs, get out of debt, manage their time, have better relationships. And in thousands of people, we've seen literally miraculous changes when people really live their values, act on their values. Second reason, you may not think you need it now, but we have heard so many times from people who have gone through the course and months or years later have come back and said, you know, when I lost the job, when I was diagnosed with cancer, when Dad got put in the nursing home. I fell back on the things that I learned in this course. Just the other day, I got an email from somebody. One of her loved ones had had a stroke, was in the hospital, unconscious, and every day this individual would sit and read the Self-Empowerment Pledge, one of the tools that you're going to be shared in this course, and read those 7 promises to the loved one lying in bed. And when that individual started to wake up and come around, he said, "What was that you were reading to me? Those promises, it sure was helpful." And I guarantee you, if you really take this stuff seriously, it won't just help you, it'll help your loved ones, it'll help some of the people that you work with. One last comment. We're not just launching a program here, we're really trying to launch a movement of people remembering and acting upon core values. And when you look at the big problems in the world today, everything that ends in the word crisis, the healthcare crisis, the obesity crisis, the economic crisis, the debt crisis, the environmental crisis, every single one of them at root results from a failure of us living our values. And if we each individually got more clear about and acted on our values, we could do our part to resolve some of these crises. So right now I'm going to turn it over to your values trainer. 2 comments before I do. 1, I take my hat off, and I hope you do too, to the leadership of your organization for sharing this course. Because as I said at the outset, this is a course for you personally. It's really not about customer service, the bottom line, all those things. Those will be results, we hope. But it's really a gift to you personally to help you be a better parent, help you manage your time, manage your money, achieve your goals more effectively. And the second thing is I have to take my hat off to your values trainer. Because these individuals, they're not doing this because it's part of their job. They're not being paid extra for doing it. They're doing it because they've looked at this course. They've seen how it can help them personally. They want to share it with other people. So we're in for an exciting journey. By the time we're done, I'm actually quite confident that you will have taken to heart some of what we're going to study. You will have acted on some of the strategies we're going to share. And by the time we're done, you will have achieved your goals more effectively. You'll be more clear about what those goals are. It's going to be an exciting journey. So let's take the journey.